Let's go over the Jamboard practice assignment for 2-4, solving multi-step inequalities. So for number 1, which is number 3 on your homework, your first step is to distribute 2 times 3y plus 2. So now we have 6y plus 4 is greater than or equal to 4y plus 12. Now we want to get the variables on one side and the constants on the other. So let's subtract 4y from both sides. I always find it helpful to have the variables on the left side for graphing. Two y plus 4 is greater than or equal to 12. So we're going to subtract 4 from both sides because we're adding it. Two y is greater than or equal to 8. So our last step would be to undo the multiplying by 2 and divide by 2. So we get y is greater than or equal to 4. It would be a filled in circle at 4 because it can be equal to 4. And shaded to the right to represent all values greater than 4. For number 2, we're going to eliminate the fractions by first multiplying each term by the least common multiple of the denominators. The LCM of the denominators of 2 and 3 is 6. Now make sure we multiply every term by 6. So it's helpful to write it out how I just did, and so to make sure you don't leave any of the terms out. 6 over 2 is 3 over 1. So 3 halves times 6 is 9. Negative x times 6 is negative 6x. 6 over 3 is 2 over 1. So negative 2/3 times 6 is negative 4. And 1 times 6 is 6. Next up, we want to combine like terms on the right side. Now we only have constants on the right, so let's keep the constants on the right side. So we'll subtract 9 from both sides because it's positive. And we have negative 6x is greater than or equal to negative 7. So our last step will be to divide both sides by negative 6. And it's that step there that requires us to flip the inequality symbol. So our final answer is x is less than or equal to positive 7/6, which is equivalent to 1 1/6 if you want to use that value for graphing. So put 7/6 in the middle, or just use 0, 1, 2, and then estimate where 7/6 would be. Or you can go up in increments of 1/6. So we'd have 8/6, which is 4/3. 9/6, which is 3/2. 6/6, which is 1. And 5/6. So this would be closed or filled in at 7/6 because it can equal. And it's all values less than because we flipped that inequality symbol, so we shade to the left. And number 3, which is number 8 on your homework. An amusement park charges $32 per person for admission and $6 to park your car. What's the maximum number of people that could go for $166? And this is assuming that we're taking one car, so that fee to park our car is a one-time fee. And a general rule of thumb is when we're spending money, what you spend has to be less than or equal to what you have. Okay, that's something that's always true. So whenever we're spending money in an inequality word problem, always think about that. So now let's set up a verbal model, and then we'll substitute with the values we know. So our cost is determined by the cost per person. We would multiply that times the number of people. We know that, and then we have a one-time parking fee. And this needs to be less than or equal to our total amount. So now let's fill in the values that we know. Sorry about that. So the cost per person is $32. We don't know the number of people, so we're letting X equal the number of people. So 32 times X plus that one-time parking fee is less than or equal to 166. So now let's solve. So we subtract 6 from both sides. And divide both sides by 32. So the solution is X is less than or equal to 5, which means a maximum of 5 people can go to the carnival if we only have $166 to spend. That's it for the 2-4 Jamboard practice assignment on solving multi-step inequalities.